What's going on, guys? Well, I have a couple things on my mind. I will start with this right here. Personally, I like the smell of wine, and for the fact I'm a smoker, anyways. And I'm not 21 yet, so I can't buy liquor or wine yet. But 2 more years, a little less than that actually, because since I'm born in July, then it goes around another whole fucking year. But every once in a while, I always buy the black and mild ones, and it's like the wine one. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. I actually had one before, and not for stress, just for pure pleasure. It tastes so good. I only smoke the regular cigarettes like LMM and Pall Malls. Those are my typical ones. I got a couple inboxes where people actually asked me which cigarettes did I smoke before, and when did I actually did it. Well, I officially started probably during my early days of high school, freshman year. And, I was pretty much went off my friends' cigarettes, and we're all pretty much underage except for my one friend. But, we did it anyways, and he used to smoke a box of Newports. So I just went along with the flow and I smoked that. And oh my god, I realized there was fiberglass and shit. And it was just so terrible. But I eventually just started smoking on my own and buy my own cigarettes, even at the age of 16, 17. I always got someone who was 18 to buy for me. Of course, I'll give them money. I'm not gonna, make them pay out of their pocket for something I like. But that was what I did during high school. I started with Newport's Box 100s. I didn't like it so much. Went down to Marlboros and stuck with that for like a while. Went back to Newport's, back to Marlboros again, which was the red packs this time, not the green. And then after that, when I became 18, yes, I stuck with Newports for that long. I switched from Newports to Mavericks. The Mavericks were great, but the cigarette just kept falling apart. I had to keep relighting it, and and it adds up. It really does. And every time, I don't know, shit. Motherfucking halfway point and then quarter point. You have to relight it, because every time it gets long enough, so you want to flick it off. Next thing you know, the whole thing just goes off. I'm like, oh god, it fucking pisses me off. But then I started realizing, oh wait, these aren't premium cigarettes. These are just classic, basic ones. Of course they're gonna fall apart. So that's when I started looking for premium tobacco for a cheap price. And I have, this one. Let me turn around real quick. Premium tobacco. It burns slower. Obviously, it means it's going to last longer. Here, same thing. It's not listed, but that's what I usually go by. Those are my top 2 favorite brands. LM, Pall Mall Blues. I had Pall Mall Red Pack, didn't like it that much. Haven't yet tried the orange or green pack, but I don't think I am. I like LMM and blue and Pall Mall Blues. And that's just my style. I really don't, I really don't give a fuck. Cigarettes, like I said, it's just for stress, but I might as well just try to get a little style into it. And I always like blue packs, because they're typically the better kind of cigarettes anyways. And of course, every 1 or 2 times a month I always buy one of these things. The wine classics. Like I said, it's not for stress or anything, it's just for pleasure. And that's what I normally do. But me, I don't need liquor at all. Last time I was officially drunk I pretty much woke up and thought I was at my parents' house. Then I actually got out of bed and realized that I passed out on my friend's couch. And then got on the MTA Maryland bus. Oh my god. I couldn't even stand. My stomach hurt so fucking bad. It was terrible. And I felt like I was going to throw up. And I had the window open and everything. I felt something like chugging up and everything. Man, that liquor shit just gets to me. But yeah. So that's what I usually do. Now I like wine. I had wine before. Okay, that's the kind of liquor that won't make you throw up, unless of course you drink like 5 whole bottles of it. And typically wine means you're talking about champagne bottle. It probably goes from like down here, like to my face right here, to the top of my head. Like, that's typical. A wine bottle, there's a lot bigger than just a normal beer bottle or a little beer can. I mean, it probably stores like 3 times the amount of wine than a bottle of beer, which is standard liquor. And then of course you have 5 standard liquors. Probably not gonna make you throw up, but when you start, assessing more and more with the bottles of beer, then you're gonna pass out, throw up, and that's all I see. You want to pass out the wrong place like I did. But hey, I'm still here today. And recently, I have been making updates. You people probably wonder what has exactly happened to 0288. I went to the company and actually traded it in, so now I have 203. Funny part is that I actually got on the coach number 0203, and of course there's a video of the bus, the MTA Maryland bus. So pretty much I've been lining up my series of bikes that actually line up with the buses and everything, that has the same features and everything, except you're just taking bus to a bike and everything. That's pretty much how it works. Gets the same names, and of course I also use the same numbers because I have nothing other else to do. I mean, why not? Just a hobby of mine. I think it's pretty cool. And I am making some changes. Those little glow sticks that used to be run on middle, I don't have them run on battery anymore. Now they're in the basket. They're actually running on electrical power. Right now I'm still waiting on the parts to get here so I can actually hook it up and all. But till then, just gonna have to wait until, of course, they come in. I get it done. It's fucking cold. I'm planning to repaint pretty much all my bikes. So there's just so many things going on right now. In the meantime, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to live within a couple years. Am I going to go to Texas, live with Erica, which is my girlfriend? Am I just going to go down to... I don't know. I like California so much, but my girlfriend she really isn't able to move out of Texas, and I'm thinking I want to move out. I don't want to go to Texas. I want to go to California, or I want to go down to DC, which isn't far from where I live, because I live in Maryland, in Baltimore. And to be honest, Baltimore Ravens, congratulations. The winning of Baltimore Ravens, which is my home team, hometown, and pretty much where I live now at home. Congratulations, you actually won the Super Bowl 47. And I was shocked. It was such an intense game. I'll have a video blog about details of the game when I actually see more of the footages, because now it's like 2 months, almost 3 months later. My memory isn't all that great. But as far as I'm thinking, yeah, this was probably the best one we ever get. The reason why is because Ray Lewis, he's like the legend on the team. Joe Flacco, he's probably one of the most coordinated, quarterbacks there is. And the receivers are very good. I was really surprised how well they're able to combine and actually work together. And they came out with the score, even though it's just barely, But those San Franciscos, they had really good linebackers running from the outside, so that's one thing. But the quarterback always has some trick up his sleeve. If he can't run the ball, then he's going to go to pass it. If he can't pass it, then he's just going to try to bulldoze his way through. And in some cases, he even got the first down on himself, which is good. But, Ray Lewis, though, I don't know who's going to replace him. But I'm hearing a lot of rumors. And on the television thing, this is his last season, That's it. When we won this season this year, that would be it. Ray Rice is out. Of course, he always wanted to finish with a bang. He wanted to, finish with winning. But I don't think he wanted to win as far as a Super Bowl. But he was definitely happy about that. Yeah, this little Ray Lewis dance and everything on the field. He was so happy when he won the Super Bowl with the team. I'd probably describe him like the happiest man in the world. Now, I'm not really sure exactly why one mistake and we lost that Cook guy or Stoney. I can't even remember his name, but it's an old kicker who got fired, and the funny thing is he got fired because he made one mistake and he didn't make the field goal. And because he didn't make the field goal, which we needed to win the game, and this was, I think, last season, we missed the field goal. And that ultimately cost us the game because we lost a chance to go overtime. And pretty much that would have meant, well, damn, this guy, he screwed us up. We don't have a chance to go overtime because the clock ran out. So immediately, the coaches and the head of the line of the, whole team and everybody, they all came to agreement, including the president of the Baltimore Ravens, who owns the stadium and, of course, directs the team, decided it's time to get this guy out of here. They got this new kid, Justin Tucker, and the kid was a real deal. I mean, yeah, I feel bad that he had to go get kicked off. But he has a lot of money to play around with, and he can always find a job or something and not play football. But now I heard our old kicker is now kicking for Washington, D.C. Redskins. Oh, Lord. I hate them. The Redskins fans, they're like fucking clowns. They dress up like Indians and run around. I wonder if they do this too. Every time I see a Redskins fan at a bar in D.C., I typically would get scared because they look like clowns. And no lie, I am afraid of clowns. I don't like them. There are two things about clowns. One, that looks scary, obviously scare me. And the kitty clowns are the ones who just gets on my nerves. And I'm afraid that I'm going to attack them because they just piss me off. But, it's nearly 4 in the morning, and I'm doing my blog now. Just got home, and Like, for real. It's like, look at this shit. Ended up buying myself the wrong trash bag. You see how stretched out that shit is, man? Fuck. I bought 2 fucking packs of those kind of trash bags. Early this morning, I had to go back to Walmart on Quarterfield and actually, fucking change or get another box of, trash thing, what's it called, trash bags. And instead, because I thought like a 4-gallon trash bag would hold better, but it's like twice as small, so I ended up getting a 13-gallon one, and I hope it works, because now I don't have the receipt. I threw that shit in the trash already, but it'll feel a lot better than the one I have now. Shit. And if I need a bigger one, then I'll try a couple more gallons, whatever, I don't know. The last place I needed to go was Walmart. I should have went to fucking Target, but me and my dad had Subway. We decided that, you know what, we both had to get something from Walmart, so I drove up to Walmart in his car, and we pretty much from there we just got what we needed, and I fucked myself up with that, so I had to go back. Had to fucking go back to Walmart. There's all these extra trips are killing me, but I got shit done. That's all I care about. And yes. When is tax season? When is this supposed to start and when is this supposed to end? Because I have no idea when my taxes are supposed to be done. I haven't even done it this year. I did it last year, before that. Tax fail. You know, I've lost my actual record of my security taxes, and first thing that came to my mind is, oh fuck, now I need another form to fill it out, because A, I don't have my previous one, and B, because without the information, you know, I can't actually put anything on it. And the other part of the problem is that without the conjunction information, I have to go to a more standard and more basic form. And then of course they always give you the rewrite up, and then you take the rewrite up, save that, and then you can put it onto another form that you normally use, like 420 plan or 401 or I think that's the normal one, I guess, the 401. But, you know, it's whatever. Shit happens, that's all I know. And, yeah. Found myself, I can only go to one Walmart now instead of 2. Got kicked out. Not going into details. But, and I told my girlfriend about this. She was pissed. Really pissed. But, oh well. You know, here's the thing I want to tell you guys about. I don't take anybody's shit, you know. I don't give 2 shits about anything. If the Walmart don't have anything I like, then, you know, it is what it is. But those people, not that Mars Walmart, they always have to be greedy. It's like, oh, you should get this instead, you should get this instead. No. I'm picky about what I want, because that's what I'm buying with my money. I'm not going to go buy something that's different from what I was planning to do. And I told them I was going to leave. That's it. That's all they had to do. That's all they had to do. You know? But Yeah, I don't take anybody's crap. I don't like being bullshitted on and all that kind of shit. You know, everybody coming around and just try to cheat me and all. You know, I'm not stupid. Yeah, I mean, I sound like I'm cracked out or whatever. It's just how I normally talk. And, you know, that's just how I am, in my opinion. You know, I do basic math. I'm used to it. I have to use math every day as part of the job goes. I also have to, you know, take a lot of good measurements of stuff. And of course, I always have to do some specialized work for any of my projects of my own. So, and of course, I've always wanted to do one thing, is to put the old Cummins transmission inside of a truck that I'm planning to drive someday. It could be an old truck, I don't care. I'll just replace the engine. I want to actually put a bus engine, a Neoplan Detroit diesel 50 engine with the Cummins transmission, just like MTA Maryland. So you get on bus like 0203 or 0295B or 0273. You know, all those buses sound so sweet. But typically you just want a standard Neoplan. That's your best bet. Of course, some of them are just whacked out because MTA Maryland isn't very great at their maintenance, but they keep their buses on the road. That's what matters. Everybody gets to where they need to go. I get to where I need to go. I go downtown a lot. It is what it is. You know, as long as the bus gets people where they want to go, you know, I think that's what me and most other people would care about. But, of course, I always liked the older buses anyways. I never liked the hybrids, except for the very few that they have, which is in the 06000s. Those kind of hybrids are really cool. But anything newer is just too quiet, too futuristic. I like the old Detroit diesel series, but never liked anything from the early 90s. I always liked the Nobbies from 1997 and up. You know, the loud and proud shit. And they're always just more fun to ride. I remember my first bus I ever gotten on when I was a kid. And I think this was a time with me and my father. And what we did, we actually went to an airplane show while some other family members were away. It was a father and son moment. And we went to an air show. My dad parked in the parking lot, of course. Got out, took the bus, which was actually an MTA Maryland bus, and it acted as a shuttle. And I remember back in the day, you know, they were just starting to have those Icarus 460s, so Icarus 436s. And I remember the wooden interior and all the setups, the front door. I remember all of that for some reason. And I also remember when I was standing on the bus when I was a kid, because there weren't any seats left. I remember when I was trying to stand on my own, Dad was, you know, standing on his own. And, you know, I remember I used to be so fucking, what's the word? Persistent. I used to be so fucking stubborn. And I was trying to stand on my own. Next thing you know, my dad trying to help me, and I already fell and busted my ass. Until some random guy decides to let me sit down. Because simply I was too afraid to actually stand up on the bus. Well, guess what? Sometimes you gotta get used to it. I got used to it very quickly when I took my first bus downtown alone. And the number 8 bus and many downtown routes, you know, overcrowded. There won't be seats all the time. Sometimes you just gotta stand up and hold on to the railing. So ever since, I've been just fine with it. I don't care either way. But of course, the buses that I always grew up and I remember on, those buses are long gone. MTA Maryland scrapped those, just the way Washington D.C. did too. And they also had a older bus. I forgot which one it was. It was an iron one. It was of course, one of those bendy buses. And I don't really have many memories with it at all. In fact, I have none. But I remember back in the day, those days used to be so cool. Now they're just really shitty. And I remember I was actually on one of those neoplans that Washington D.C. owns, or WMATA, Washington Metropolitan something. I can't think of it. It's almost 4 in the morning, so I'm like half asleep. But I remember they own those neoplans, and I guess one of them, because the fact it was the NF 460 LFs, and I remember it's a bendy bus from 2003. And I guess a bus driver, but earlier, before I got on the bus, which was pretty recent, I already have my video on YouTube. And I remember there was like a big crack on the window, and then of course there's like outside still, so that the window in front can open to a limited area. There's that. And then of course you have your two windows that slide past each other. And then you have another frame still to prevent both windows from actually opening too far. Well, that little inner still was missing. It broke off probably from the impact when the bus driver hit something. And I remember I was able to open the window all the way out. And I remember how annoying the kids in the back were. I could have easily just tossed one out. But actually, I came to the point I nearly fell out the bus myself, because I was in the very back of the bus and it's raised up towards the back. So think of it like this. Like, here's the front right here. Here's the front right here. You have your little steps going to the back, and I'm here like sitting like right by the window, like right here. That's how it was set up. And I remember, and it was just only a matter of like a month ago when I went down to DC, in which I'll explain why. Well, I was passing through DC. I decided to get off the metro and get on a bus, just for the fun of it. Just because I wanted to get off the train for a while. Because I always seem to get headaches when I get on a metro train, so I tend to just want to take a bus somewhere. And I wanted to go to Chinatown for a little bit. Got myself some Chinese food. And then got on a bus towards Silver Spring. Got on the metro. And of course, which was a bad idea, because when I went all the way to Silver Spring, I had to go out of Silver Spring and go all the way to Alexandria just to catch another bus. And I'll explain why I went down to Virginia, but not now. Well, that bus I actually got on, like I said, I was able to open it to the point I nearly fell out of it. I had to close it because I was too afraid to keep it open. I was scared for the fact that was actually by the window. And sorry, I got gas. And the last thing I remember, I thought I was going to lose something. Nope, I have everything. It was funny though. But next time I have an opportunity to open the window all the way to the point that someone could fall out, I'm going to do it, because if there's anybody that's going to annoy me, I could toss them out the window. Just kidding. Don't do it. Your ass will be arrested. And of course, if they get hit by another bus or a car or something, then you probably have either attempted murder or manslaughter on your hands. Let's not go anywhere with that. I've never been arrested, don't plan to be arrested. Stopped with my drug issue when I was middle school. And I stopped smoking marijuana when it was before high school, before I had my first year as a freshman. And then when I was a freshman, of course, that's when I started smoking regular cigarettes. So, people say, oh, you're too young for that shit. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, that was back during my old middle school days. And I just smoked marijuana, skipped classes, had someone else coming for me. And I don't have to worry about shit. I remember I just go hide in the bathroom with a couple of friends. We just get so high, we just didn't give a fuck. It was funny. It was back in the old good times though. Now, before I went to high school, I grew up out of it a little bit. I wasn't hanging around those people. And found myself, I wasn't smoking marijuana anymore. And I made a goal for me not to do it anymore. And guess what? I don't smoke weed anymore. So, and I've been clean since the summer before freshman year. Don't plan on changing that. Yeah, it's regular cigarettes and wine, liquor, but anything like crack, marijuana, then no. No more of the other kinds of drugs. But just realize that I only smoked marijuana. And marijuana, weed, whatever you want to call it, that's all I smoked back in middle school. I never smoked crack in my life. But, even though I probably should, just so I could lose some weight, it's not worth it. I'll probably end up losing a lot of teeth as part of my weight in the process, because I have really healthy teeth. Start smoking crack, and next thing you know, they turn yellow, they start falling out and shit. Man, I'll be so fucking ugly. Worse than I am now. Shit. Alright, so yeah, it's 4 in the morning now, so I'm gonna go to bed. Peace out.